I have bangs now. I have like 3 new tattoos. Hey everybody. So it's been a while, 2 years to be exact, since I last posted on this channel. A lot has happened in that time, and this is a video that I wanted to make so that I could catch everybody up on what's been happening in my life and what I have planned next for this channel. I have bangs now. I have like 3 new tattoos. If you are new here and you don't know who I am, my name is Jessica. I am an author and I use my little corner of the internet to talk about story and books and writing and just kind of like my life in general, centered around those things. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, stick around, and we're gonna be coming up with a lot of new things this year on this channel. So let's get to the real juice of this video. Where exactly have I been? Well, a lot has happened over the past 2 years. I actually did a really big move halfway across the country from St. Louis, Missouri to Seattle, Washington, which is where we are now. This was something that we really wanted to happen. We've always been in love with the Pacific Northwest, and we've been trying to actually move to Seattle for years. But the process of wrapping up our entire life in St. Louis, which we owned a house there, we had been living there for over 5 years, was really exhausting and took so much of our time. Just the fact that I had to sell the house and pack up our entire life was like a huge thing to get through. It was kind of fun though, because my husband came out ahead of me and he took the dog, so I didn't have to worry about that, so that I could wrap everything up. And then I did like a big solo road trip by myself, which was really fun because I got to take in this really big change in my life and figure out what I wanted to do next. Like I said, we have always wanted to live in the Pacific Northwest, Seattle in particular. We live on a little island just outside the city that I am absolutely obsessed with. Adjusting to ferry life has been a bit of an adventure, let me just say that. You do get used to it though. Instead of like sitting in traffic and having to be stressed about all the cars, you basically just kind of sit in a line and wait for the boats to arrive. Sometimes that can be annoying. Like the other day, we went to go get groceries on the mainland, and then there was an issue with the dock. Like there was a hydraulic leak or something, so they couldn't dock. So we got stuck on the mainland for like 3 extra hours than what we had planned. But that was fine. We just went to a bar and like hung out. Generally, if something like that happens or if there's a delay, I just get to sit in my car and read, or I write. Yes, no, I write. I should be writing, right? Okay, I write. I don't read, I write. I definitely am not on TikTok. Definitely not on YouTube. I'm reading or I'm writing. Living on the island has some amazing perks. We actually found a place right on the water. It's the only reason we decided to rent a place out here instead of in the city proper, because of the house that we are in. Living on the water is so cool. Like we have otters swimming out on the front all the time. There are seals, there's orcas that like come by pretty much every week. Like you can see orcas out from our deck. And the island has so many beautiful hiking trails and so much wildlife, and it's really close to the city. So we get kind of this haven without having to be too far away from the action and everything that's going on downtown. Living in Seattle has been absolutely amazing for my writing too. It is really such a literature-minded city. There are a bajillion coffee shops. Everyone knows I love to write from coffee shops. There are also so many indie bookstores, like too many for me to even go to. I feel like I've been to a lot of them and I still haven't seen all of them, because I find ones that I love and I tend to go back there, like Elliott Bay or Third Place Books, instead of branching out. So one of my goals this year is to go to more of the indie bookstores in Seattle. I'll probably be featuring that on this channel, honestly, because it really inspires me to go to small bookstores and find what they curate there. I think you can find so many good titles just based on what the owner of the bookstore is putting out on the shelves. I even found a really cool writing community here in Seattle. So we meet every week at a coffee shop and we write for a few hours together. And that has really been instrumental in like getting my art back into a moving state, which has been really hard for me. The real truth is that I haven't posted any videos on here for 2 years because I haven't been writing for 2 years. I have had a horrible case of writer's block that really like knocked me on my tush entirely. I think that was a result of all the big changes that we were going through in our lives, and I kind of just had burnt out the year before because I was pushing so hard on what I was creating and doing. But having a community of people has really allowed me to breathe a little bit and have the space and motivation to create again and write again. Speaking of which, I just pushed through really hard and finally finished the 3rd book in my sci-fi trilogy. I am so excited for the final piece in this series that I've been writing because it has really been lingering with me for years now. Like, I've been working on this same series for like 5 to 7 years at this point in total.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Which is a lot of time to be spending with the same characters. I don't know how people who write really long series for decades do it, because I am totally ready to get into some new projects. That being said, I just finished the final draft of book 3, and I'm moving into editing and my professional edits and really getting moving on the production of this book, which has given me the space to think about filming and putting stuff on my YouTube channel again. And it's gonna allow me to really get into the nitty-gritty of how I go about producing a book once I finish with the draft, which I want to bring you along with me for, so you can kind of get like a behind the scenes look at what I do from start to finish. Now that I have a little bit of breathing room from my mad dash to finish the draft of that 3rd book, I have some space to really focus and devote back to this channel again, which I'm really excited for because I really do love making videos and putting stuff out there and giving back to the creative community, because I really think that this is a really unique space where we can all like come together and like learn from one another. And I think it's really cool to be a part of that. Not to mention, I will be starting new projects as I move forward, and I would really like to showcase those and really get into some other aspects of storytelling and writing as I go forward. I would love to hear from you. If there is anything you want me to get into on this channel, now is the time to say it, because I'm going to be really ideating this month, figuring out like the direction I want the channel to move in and what kinds of videos I should be creating for the future. Do you want more writing tips? Would you like behind the scenes stuff of how I go about publishing? Would you be interested in vlogs or stuff about being a writer in Seattle or a writer in the Pacific Northwest? If you have an opinion, speak now or forever hold your peace, because I will be doing whatever I want. If you're interested in what else I have coming up and want to stay up to date on everything, do me a solid and hit that like and subscribe button so that you can get all of the notifications you need to make sure that you don't miss anything new I have coming out. You can also pick up my first 2 books, shameless plug, I'm so sorry. I'll put the links in the descriptions below because I do have the 3rd one coming out in the spring, and if you go ahead and read them now, they'll be fresh and perfect for you when I do have that final release coming out. Long story short, I am really excited to be back in this space. Thanks for having patience with me and for coming along for the ride. I can't wait to see what all of us get into in the months to come. Until next time, I will see you around. Bye.